Kevin Garcia with FightHype here with Ben Shalom, a boxer. Ben, I mean, the obvious question, just what are your thoughts on Chris missing weight?
He didn't miss weight. Listen, it was 160 and half an ounce. If they had any common sense, they'd have given him 10 minutes and he'd have made weight. One of the stupidest things I've seen, but proud of him for putting in the work. And as I say, half an ounce, you got to be taking the mickey. Honestly, ridiculous.
Half an ounce, $500,000? Is that really the fine?
Listen, there is no way. I'm not going to say anything, but I think common sense will prevail in this situation, as it always does.
So you think you guys will be able to work something out that won't be so impactful to Chris?
No, listen, it's not. First of all, the numbers that are reported are the numbers that are reported. I'm not going to comment on it. Trust me, it's not. It's okay.
Moving on. Thank you. So one other question I just wanted to ask you the other day, and I didn't get the chance to. When you hear, comments from Rick Reno, stuff that you've dealt with in the past with Eddie and Matchroom, being the newer promoter around some of these more seasoned ones, do you ever feel like they try to isolate you or play down any sort of impact that you might be having?
Of course they do, because we're competition. They don't like competition. They never liked competition. They like to keep things their own way. They always have. And yeah, they're experienced, and so they can make it difficult. But ultimately, the growth that the speed at which we're growing at now is crazy. We're doing all the big events at the moment. We're doing the biggest numbers in the UK right now. We've got the best stable coming through in the UK right now. And, we do things differently, and that's going to make the older promoters nervous. They've been running the sport the same way for decades. And I take it as a compliment.
What do you think about Rick Reno's comments yesterday? And do you think those were his own comments or coming from somewhere else?
I think he's taking a piss. I think he's having some fun. They call him Versace because all he wears is Versace. But he's a funny guy, Rick. And I think he's whining. I think he was there to whine. Luckily, he said only promoters on the zone. He said the zone have been served shit. And so that's Eddie's problem, not my problem.
Thank you, Ben, for your time. I appreciate you.
Thank you. Cheers.
Bye.